Hello, I'm Jamie.
Hello, I'm Mark, and it's time for another episode of Through the Garden Gate. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between. It's Tuesday night, it's 7:30. That can only mean one thing: it's time for
another episode of Through the Garden Gate, episode 90.
George knows what number episode it is over me. Good evening, Debbie. Let's see. James about.
Hello.
There he is.
I'm not late.
You're not even outside. Is it raining?
No, it's too windy. Honestly, you wouldn't be able to hear me out there. It's really, really windy. Sorry. I would if I could, you know that. I'd much rather be out there than stuck in here. Oh,
We wouldn't be.
George?
Hello.
You all right?
Yeah.
You look a bit like a Grinch.
That's because I'm wearing a thing.
Is it Christmas?
No. I've just been swimming this year and my mum just packed it. So.
Oh, is that like a snuggly warm thing after swimming?
So I haven't told you this, but about 2 weeks ago, I bought some marigold from a garden centre, and I've got to tell you about it for the last 2 weeks. They're in that pots. Really, my mum did them. They're in that pots at the front of the house.
Yeah.
George picked up the pack without any prompting and was like, "I want these." It's like, right, eh?
Yeah.
And you have to make a reel out of them.
Yeah.
And also,
So you've got marigold.
bed germinating.
You what?
My chaos beds are germinating.
Oh, awesome. That's good.
You want to go show them then, and we'll follow you. Show you the chaos beds.
Hey, Jenny.
So here's the flower one.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the vegetable one.
And there's the vegetable one.
Oh, it's happening.
What's going on?
So some things will germinate a lot faster than others, won't they?
Yeah, these have definitely gone well. I planted these about, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
2 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
there's definite stuff going on. Although I can spot a nettle.
Nettle?
I don't think you sowed that one.
I didn't sow a nettle.
Nettles are good. Nettles are
I'll
nice.
never do that.
Good for some things.
Yeah. Eating, apparently.
And drinking.
And drinking, yeah.
I had some nettle mead the other day that somebody sent me, which was very delicious. Do you not
Nettle mead?
You don't want to tell everybody about the garden that we visited in Wales?
Oh yeah, we visited a garden in
Kelly.
Wales. Obviously,
Kelly.
saw the Obviously, you would have saw the reel.
Tell us
With me.
about it then. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I don't see everything your dad posts, you know.
There's this garden with plants and stuff like that. There's an adventure playground. I nearly said playground.
What was in the adventure playground?
It's a castle thing. So you had to pull like a drawbridge and it will come up and go down.
I did see it, really. You know I did. Looked like a fantastic adventure playground, to be honest.
Dog Nugget.
Yeah.
He was well better behaved than our annoying little dog. That's
Yeah, it was really, really, really nice. Very smart.
Lovely garden. Nice day out, wasn't it?
Adventure playground.
And now we're back in our own house.
Now we're back to normality.
No, gardening fact.
Oh, go on then.
Oh. Bamboo is the fastest growing woody plant in the world. It can grow up to 35 inches per day. In the
35 inches.
In the right conditions.
I didn't know it was that quick, but I knew it was very quick.
That's 3 foot a day. Nearly.
They used to use it.
Jamie,
They
that
used to
wouldn't
use it in
surprise
Vietnam.
me up there to grow that much every day.
Specific ones, I would imagine. Yeah, not everyone, but yeah.
In their
Crazy,
native
isn't it?
environments.
You could literally sit for an hour and watch it, and it would grow about 3 inches in an hour or something silly, wouldn't it? That'd be
Crazy.
ridiculous.
Who was it? Oh, Steph Hayden was trying to dig one out of her new garden, wasn't she, over the weekend, and they had to get a chainsaw on it.
Yeah, I don't think that you got to block the roots off, don't you, if you have one of them?
Yeah.
I think there's some of them that they say aren't they're clumping forms, but I think they still do it.
I think once they get established, once they get their roots in, they won't stop them.
Yeah.
And also the cornflowers that I planted, Brenda, they've got big as well.
Yeah, you did some sunflower seeds at Wild in the Woods, which is a cornflower, sorry. And they're about this big now.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
about
lovely.
It's all good.
How long do they take to germinate?
How long? 2 weeks. I think he had 2 germinate before we went on holiday, and then when we got back, there was 6 or 7, wasn't there?
I think I planted them about 2 months ago, something like that. I think. On average.
2 weeks, maybe.
2 weeks. Well, it wasn't a long time ago.
You're certainly getting some green fingers, George, aren't you?
Getting green or mucky fingers. Oh, his whole body's going on.
Do you like gardening then?
Yeah. Not all the time, but sometimes.
On your terms and conditions, hey? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right. Go get your bath, is it tonight?
No.
He's just
No.
had a big one in the swimming pool.
Awesome. So I might be going to the right time. Anyway, see you in the morning. Bye.
Say bye to everyone.
Bye, everyone.
See you, George.
See you next week.
Bye. Can you take the dog with you as well?
Yeah.
I'm joking. He won't go. It's just annoying me.
It's really loud, right? He must be woofing right near your phone.
No, leave it.
Okay.
He's just on. I've literally just taken both dogs for a nice long walk, and literally got back about 10 minutes ago, and he's still got the energy to be barky. He just likes to talk on the podcast.
I've just stood and made dinner, and I looked at my watch and went, "Oh, it's about 26 minutes past. I ain't got time to eat it." And it was my first plot to play as well. Oh, sugar!
What was it?
I got some pak choy out, so I stir fried some pak choy. Put some in sesame oil with some soy sauce and things. Oh, it looked lovely. Now
what do you do to the pak
it's going to
choy?
be microwave.
Spread it.
I quartered it to keep the root, well, not the root, but the butt end on, and quartered it so you can put it on flat side down, if you know what I mean, flat on 2 sides, and it gets really nice and brown. Eat it on the podcast.
There's a word for that. Is it mukbanging or something, where people sit and watch people eat?
Is there?
Yeah, it's like a proper fetish.
Oh dear, do a live taste test.
Yeah,
I did actually. So I had 2 big pak choys, and I did eat 1/4.
So when you say big, how big? How big?
Well, to be honest, let's talk about bloody pak choys.
Size?
That's not a pak choy. That's a
Bull.
kohlrabi. Oh, from me it looks like a kohlrabi. Well, say a shop bought pak choy. I would say they were twice the size of that, but 2 days ago they were lovely and compact and tight. This is how quick they bolt. Today they'd all opened up and a flower spike had just started to go. You think, oh wow! In 2 days, less than 2 days. They're one of the quickest things to bolt I've ever known.
Especially when you've had this dry and hot spell as well,
They'll water them every other day as well, so it's not that. They're just ready, I guess. But they were quite big. I let them go, but it's always the same. Minute you keep going, oh, that's ready, and you just don't eat it. But they are
quick enough.
No, I've got lots of things out in the garden now. Put all my beans all out. Put all my wigwams in. weekend?
I was out until 9:30 last night trying to get stuff planted and still ran out of time.
I know. I've still got loads to go out. Loads. Get all my pumpkins and squash out soon.
Is it?
Next day or
Have
two.
you managed to get any beans going? Like runner beans?
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 5, 6, 8 different types of beans.
My beans are just not having it. I've got my French beans going, but runner beans, I've had one germinate at work.
Yeah.
Just bog standard runner bean, and I've had non-germinate here. I've had one of the Emergo stringless ones germinate.
Oh, I had 2 different French, the purple and green, 1 normal runner, and then I think 6 different types of beans, either beans in pods or to go dried beans. But
Like the Belotti one.
Yeah, I've got Belottis and some different ones from Baker Creek. But no, they all germinated well.
Yeah, the French ones have germinated really well, but it's just like the real bog standard runner beans, which you'd think, leave them on a damp bit of tissue and they'd germinate. But
they should be bulletproof, shouldn't they? They should go.
Not having it this year. I don't know whether it's old seed or something, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what did germinate, though. You know, when me and George came to see you and there was a couple of sword beans that I found in the veg garden,
yeah.
I put in my pocket. They've grown.
Oh, brilliant. They were still on the arch, weren't they? There was a pod still hanging on the arch. Well, they are. See. To be honest, I did that when I went. I found some last week, and I've put them in, and they haven't germinated. Are you over water or an underwater for seedlings and things?
Probably under.
Oh, I'm over. I'm terrible, and I ruined so many things because I think, I'll just give that another little dribble.
Damp it off.
Yeah, got to really,
I don't
stop
be able to keep it wet enough. Constantly, getting down there, and then it's bone dry.
I think that's better to to see it maybe start to wilt a tiny bit.
Yeah,
that's better than sogging it, and then all of a sudden it looks all right, and then goes bump, it goes yellow and drops over.
Yeah, I mean, in the polytunnel at work, I watered twice today because it had dried out so much. Even despite the throwing down rain this morning, it was mega humid in there this morning when it was raining.
Yeah.
So you were in your polytunnel this morning as well.
So what did you see was behind me, which I'd done for you to see if you noticed, to be honest?
Your automatic roof vent.
Saw it. You saw it, yeah. Elvis delivered them yesterday.
You've got all
hand delivered.
All your stuff now. You've got plastic feed doors and
plastic from the doors and 2 roof vents.
Amazing.
And I put 1 in yesterday, but yeah, and that makes such a difference instantly.
Well, it just if you forget to open the door or something, it just opens up on its own, and it does bring it down that little bit to stop it from getting silly hot.
Yeah. Like I had one day last week, and all my aubergines went, "Oh, I can't have this." But I'll give them a good drink and open the doors, and within 2 or 3 hours, they're all back upright again. So if you catch them in time, they'll always be all right.
Yeah, I mean, once you've got a decent sized seedling, they're quite forgiving. It's when they're little and they dry out.
Yeah, had it then. Yeah. I always say that when we walk around the fields with the dogs, and on a hot day, the sugar beet, if you look at on a hot day, sugar beet looks like it's all dead. But it just all flops dead, wilted, and then but as soon as the sun goes in, and even the next morning, boom, it's all upright again. It's a thing they do, isn't it? Obviously,
like a temperature regulation
type
thing. How's your agretti? That must be
agretti's good. I've put it out now. I planted it all out the other day. I would say 6 or 7 inches.
Yes.
My Malabar's out.
Yeah, that's just starting to go now. it's now put on the second set of leaves, whereas for ages it just sat there with just the two first leaves.
Yeah.
So it must be a temperature thing. It just obviously needs that temperature.
Warmth. Yeah. I've left one because I messaged Lucy and asked about it, and she said, "Yeah, just put them next to a cane like you would do beans or whatever on a wigwam." But she said if you've got a room in a greenhouse, if you have one in a greenhouse, it will go crazy.
Yeah.
So I've put one in the middle of my greenhouse on a string to see what it does compared to the outside ones.
Yeah, I think I'll put one. I can put one where my stupid loofah was that's died.
All three of my loofahs are gone. I'm never growing loofahs again.
Give up.
Yeah, rubbish, absolute rubbish. But you got to put it in the middle where you got some height. Oh, there it is.
Getting there.
Yeah, mine have got probably eight or nine sets of leaves.
Yeah, yours are really chunky now, aren't they?
Yeah, really good.
The other thing that's done really well is my Chinese yam, which I didn't think would do anything, which is also called the cinnamon vine.
Oh, lovely.
You don't really grow it for. Well, you can eat the tuber,
Right.
but it takes a while for the tuber to grow. But the actual flowers of it smell like cinnamon.
Oh,
so it's actually the leaves are heart shaped. It's a really beautiful looking plant. But I got the tubers from real seeds, and they were literally like little peas.
Oh, wow.
I was like, they're not going to do anything. They have grown.
Another thing which has gone rubbish since I potted it on, my beef and onion plant. I just think that's going to die. Yeah.
No way.
It was looking fantastic, and all I did was pot it on with some new compost, and it now looks awful again.
That's strange, isn't
it? Yeah.
And same compost as what it was in, just bigger pot.
It would have been seed sown compost the first time, and now just multi-purpose plant grow. Yeah,
that's really weird. Mine's doing really well. Mine's got like maybe 3 or 4 sets of leaves now. I mean, mine wasn't a seedling. I cheated.
Yeah. Mine was a seed, wasn't it? And that flew.
Yeah, it did really well. Weird how stuff does that.
I just hope it's a bit of transplant shock or something. That'll sort itself out soon. But...
Yeah, one of my other trees that I got at the same time as the beef and onion one's not that happy. The other 3 that I got are all happy. This one, I think it's one of the guavas. Hopefully it'll come. Just has knocked it back a bit.
Oh well. Right, enough about us.
Let's get our guest in. So tonight's guest is a woman, a mum, a daughter, a pumpkin lover, a mental health advocate, a grower, a garden designer, a houseplant lover, a seed addict, a pink shedder. If you don't follow her already, go give her a follow. After this, though, not before, it's Kate Dardis at Pumpkins,
etc., etc., etc. Hello.
Hello. What an introduction. Blimey. I was like, when are you going to end? This list sounds pretty good. I'm loving it.
Why did he have to emphasise woman?
I know. Today's guest is a woman. Oh my gosh. People, it's a woman. What's going on in the world?
Oh, dear me. We can't socialise with them.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, no problem at all. How are you?
I'm a bit tired, I'm not going to lie. Lots going on at the moment, but other than that, I'm good. Thank you very much. Very kind of you to ask. Yes.
No,
I'm all right.
Definitely.
Just still reeling from half term, to be fair. So.
Yes. I don't have that problem anymore. My kids are all grown up and they don't bother me. Well, they do bother me, of course they do, but I don't get stressed about them so much.
But no, all good. Thank you. Yeah, so I've just been listening to all your tales of planting out, and I genuinely get the fear. Like, you nurture these seedlings and they're these beautiful little plants, and I don't want to put them out because I don't want to risk it. I know, like, from all these years of growing, I'm going to lose such a large number of whatever I plant out. It's genuine fear. I don't want to do it.
It's horrible, isn't it?
It is.
I just hate it. I
I
hate it.
know.
I just don't know why. They've been perfect for weeks and weeks and weeks, and all of a sudden,
Exactly. And then you go out one morning and it's just heartbreaking to see everything been deadheaded and it's just this tiny little stump. It's just really, really disappointing.
yeah.
At
See, I
least the
don't.
slugs are better this year.
Pardon?
At least the slugs are better this year.
They are. You know what? I'm actually gardening in a courtyard garden now. So I used to have a nice, lovely garden, and now I have a relatively small, sort of about 3 meters by 4 meters, so pretty small courtyard garden. And I thought, oh, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to like keep the slugs way down because there's no lawn.
No.
That wasn't the case at all.
Oh, no.
No, they find anywhere and everywhere to hide. I've got to tell you, it's the truth.
I suppose. So is it? It's all on concrete or
It's all
slab or something, is it?
paved.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of little gravel borders down the side. But other than that, it's all paved. I haven't even got anywhere to put my washing
So
line.
they must just all they come in and then all of a sudden go,
Yeah,
there's something green.
exactly. I think compost is a culprit, and then they hide under all my pots because it's all container garden, so they're under all the pots. And I just have to do the regular checks. Yeah, so I do have stuff to go out anyway, but I just really don't want to do it. And I'm also nursing lots of things for my special
Oh,
project.
of course, we'll talk about that in a bit, shall we? So you're growing at home in everything's in pots and planters
Yeah,
and
it's all at the moment. Everything. Yeah, it's all in pots. Apart from there's a few roses that were here before we moved in, but everything else is in pots.
so have you?
And
Do you think
you
you've had to change your growing skills any? Not even the watering
nah,
situation?
well, yes, okay, the watering. You're right. Yes, even if like today we've had massive downpour all day, but it's been so
Yeah,
dry
yeah,
that you still have to keep on top of watering the pots because you know you do the finger test, don't you? You're up to the first knuckle, you put your finger in and it
yeah,
might still be the moist compost, but just below that it could very easily be bone dry, especially if you've got the really deep planters.
yeah,
Like I've got some dolly tubs and they're, you know, sort of 70 centimetre tall pots, and that's going to be so dry at the bottom. So
yeah.
yeah, that's definitely changed, but I've never really been one to take notice of things like planting distances and stuff like that. I just cram as much in as I can,
Mm.
and that hasn't changed. No.
Chuck it in.
What?
Exactly, chuck
Even
it
with
in,
veg?
even with veg, especially with veg.
Really?
You know, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I've been embracing the vertical growing. So
Mm.
arches, obelisks, you name it, just grow it up. And you can still get a really good volume of stuff that
Yeah,
way.
you can't beat it, can you?
Yeah,
Can't beat it.
yeah.
So we start beginning, like everybody, every lovely podcast says, where did you first, you know,
Mm.
do your first gardening things? Was it grandparents, parents? Your first
Well,
gardening memory?
um, one of my earliest memories would have been I was in primary school, so maybe 7 or 8, and I was a greenhouse monitor. And so I was one of the 4 kids in the year who was responsible for watering the plants and looking after the plants. So
Oh,
I
wow.
did that. But also in my dad's garden, just by the shed, he had a little plot of land. I mean, it was probably only about 1 metre in length, but that was my plot of land. And I think I sowed some wild seeds on it one year. And then from then on, I've just always loved plants. I always, from about that sort of age, I've collected houseplants. You know, I've had my little cacti collection that's still up back home and has sort of taken over the house there. The greenhouse is just full of my cacti. So, not the greenhouse, sorry, the conservatory is just full of my cacti. So, yeah, it goes back to childhood for sure.
Mm. That's amazing, isn't it? Greenhouse monitor. I've never heard anyone say that.
I know. I don't even know where that came from. I don't remember it ever being a thing other than when me and my best friend Alex did it. when we were at school. And we had chickens and ducks as well. And I remember being in the local paper, holding a duck after we'd like hatched the duck eggs and stuff. Yeah, good fun. Yeah, good
So
fun.
were you in a school in the middle of the country or something then? So,
No,
because we talk about, you know, kids learning to
mm,
garden now when it doesn't happen, let alone.
no.
I'm not saying you're obviously not very old at all, Kate. You know, so probably in a few years ago, but
Yeah,
you know.
alas, you flatter me far too much. But no, this we're talking in the 90s. This was happening in the 90s. And you could do the maths for the rest of it.
Yeah,
But no, I grew up. I'm a West Midlander. I grew up just outside of Birmingham. I don't think you can get more urban, to be
yeah.
honest. So yeah, no country, no country in
There
me. City
must have
girl.
been a teacher or two at that school who loved
There must
gardening and just wanted to push
have
it.
been. I think for
Yeah,
them to push it that much, I think there must have been.
yeah,
I honestly don't remember. It's such a shame because you know how they always say there's that one teacher or the two teachers that you remember for your whole life. I do have those teachers, but sadly they're not from primary school. So
yeah.
no, I don't remember much about it. Just the smell of tomatoes basically is you just
Yes.
have to bear with me. I think the baby pumpkin is being delivered. Do you want me
Okay.
to okay. Okay. Apologies.
No, don't apologise. It's
Apologies,
fine.
but yeah, he's teething at the moment, so he just wants mama.
I think that's the first having a baby on the podcast.
Not actually having the baby though.
Yeah.
That would be a whole
No,
different
we don't want someone to
podcast.
have a baby.
Oh gosh, no! Oh, you definitely don't want that. Oh, crikey, no, 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 no.
I bet we get
No,
lots of
that's
views.
for a different type of podcast. No.
See, I bet Leanne's going to steal that for her
Yeah, I
school.
just saw
I
that.
bet
Do it because it's great
she's one
fun.
of those. She could be one of those teachers that pushes it. Well, she
Yeah,
obviously pushes it to a
absolutely. I
fault.
bet Leanne's a great teacher. She's got some really great ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
We
Oh.
And
definitely
she's
need a
coming
bag.
to help me with my secret project as well, so I've got to say nice things.
Is she? Oh, lucky thing. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh. So you had your little patch with your dad, and then so as you grew up, what? So your first house when you moved home?
Um, yes, I mean, student days and stuff, I just carried a box of cacti around me from house to house because I came down to London for university and have been here ever since. So from
Yeah.
one city to another city, really, although I would love to be in the country. And I mean, I come from a family of allotmenteers. My dad, my granddad, my aunt was a WI florist and things like that. So gardening and plants has always been a bit of a family thing, really. So I think I must have picked up some of it from there.
Mm, wow. So me as I'm more of an allotmenteer than a gardener, but
Mhm.
you do all of it, really, don't you? Including the houseplants. And I
Yeah,
can't do
there's
houseplants.
probably something that I'm not being diagnosed with somewhere. I don't know, but I don't do things by halves. I have to sort of. I have what do they call them, like micro obsessions, or I think there's the term for it, where I can't just do it lightly. I have to know everything about a thing and know all the facts and do it to the best I possibly can. And I just love plants, and I can't narrow it down to just one type of plants. I want them all around me, and they give me such joy. So yeah, I do a little bit of all of it. I might not necessarily do it well, but I enjoy it.
Mm, I'm sure you do. I can see some houseplants behind you, and they
Oh,
all look
thank you. This
fantastic.
is
Especially on.
a little bit of
Oh,
my
look at all
collection.
them.
Yes, yes.
Some fancy ones in there.
There are some nice ones. I'm not gonna lie. There are some good ones in there.
See, I've
Although
got about three
I've got.
houseplants.
I don't know if you can see this little guy here.
Yeah.
Can you see that one? So this is an alocasia. I've just got on my table in front of me a few things that I'm rehabbing houseplant wise, and this what I grew from a corm. And so I'm quite happy with that one because it's the first time I've had success growing them from corms. So I'm
Wow.
happy.
They are
Yeah, and
currently
now the little
season.
one's trying to take that away. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I just love plants. I mean, if there's anything you want to have a closer look at, I can bring it over if you want to. But
all of them, but don't stress because you're holding a baby. But there's a spider plant on the top left, isn't there?
yeah,
Yeah.
that
And
one was from a little baby. I've got the mother plant in a different room. That was a baby a couple of years ago. They're so easy to propagate, spider plants, and I think they're really underrated. I think they're really beautiful plants, but everyone just thinks they're just like easy beginner plants. But I think they're lovely.
I've got one of those as probably one of 3 houseplants I've got, and it just looks awful. All the tips are yellow, and it's just.
You might need to. Well, I don't know. You were just saying you were an overwaterer, weren't you? With
Yeah.
houseplants, the tip with pretty much every single houseplant is you're better underwatering than overwatering, because you can always save it if it's underwatered.
Yeah.
If it's just a little bit overwatered, a lot of them will just be like, "No, see you later. Sorry, not interested
See,
anymore."
that's me overwatering everything again.
Yeah.
Sake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet. I love that. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, because they chuck babies off like nothing, don't
If
they?
they're
Just
happy,
bang them out.
then yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had any
Juice.
this year, at the moment, but there was someone there last year.
I'm just going to sit in here for a minute.
No, what's his name?
This is Gabriel.
Oh.
Yeah, little baby G.
Who was in Kate's belly at the Garden Grab Ball.
That's right. He was at the Gardeners World Live last year. Yes.
Oh wow.
He was indeed, weren't you?
So you were both.
And you're going to come to Gardeners World Live this year with me, aren't you? But in your buggy this time. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about vegetables. I love vegetables.
Yes.
You know that. First of all, pumpkins, etc. Where did that name come from?
I don't really know. Other than pumpkins are one of my favourite things to grow and one of my favourite things to eat.
Yeah.
And I think from then it was born because I wanted to talk about more than pumpkins. But bizarrely, I think there's a farm somewhere in the US, because occasionally I get tagged and it's not me, it's people when they're going for their pumpkin farm visits in the autumn. I'm like, hello everybody, this is not what you're expecting. This is slightly different content, but hi. But yeah, so I think it's just, in general, stick my favourite front and centre, and then the etc. is for all the other stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely. See, pumpkins and squash are my second favourite. Tomatoes are my first and always will be, but I just absolutely love growing pumpkins.
Same. There are so many types, and the way that they just go absolutely everywhere. And I just think they're beautiful, and they give you that late season interest as well. You know, I mean, I could talk about them forever, but it's almost like my mind's gone blank because there's too much I want to say about them.
They're just brilliant, absolutely brilliant things.
Yeah, and they're so delicious, and of course, if you grow the right ones, you can store them, so you can have them for quite a long time as well.
As I'm proving.
Yeah, I know. Is that one of your own?
Yeah, from last year.
Amazing.
Is it
amazing. That's
supposed to be small, Mark, or did you just not grow it very well?
I think that's the small one. Yeah, there's lots of the munchkin ones. They're a great one for growing vertically. You can grow your pumpkins upwards. I've done them up to a cheeky curry size. I've grown vertically. That's the biggest I've tried.
I've grown everything up and over my arch.
Yeah,
and I've never supported anything.
Your arch looked amazing actually last year.
I've grown. You can't even see how big I'm saying. I've grown pumpkins bigger than the jack-o'-lantern things, and they. I think if you let them hang from the beginning, the stalks just get thicker and thicker.
They do. They toughen up and they get used to it. They know what you're.
Yeah.
They know what.
Because I was talking to someone the other day.
I
was talking to someone the other day, and he said, you can't grow big ones because you have to get pairs of tights and things like that. And I said, I've never done that.
If you leave it too long, then
I've had massive crown princes and the peanut one, the peanut squash. That's a French name, isn't it? I can't remember.
The peanut squash. Oh,
the one with all the lumps.
My trousers.
But that was huge last year. Absolutely giant. It must have been. I don't want to guess at a weight, but it was absolutely massive, and it just hangs well. But the stalk gets like that.
They do. Yeah, adaptable.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I aim for. I like my arch to look nice as well as grow. I'm a bit
And I
like that.
think you can definitely do that. Just because we're growing vegetables doesn't mean we can't have a beautiful garden or a beautiful plot.
Yeah.
You know, there are some really gorgeous varieties out there, and you just plan how you want to do it. We don't have to have the straight rows anymore. You know, I think is the term edimental that they've started using now. So, you know, where you're mixing your edibles and making it all the ornamental value of the edibles. You know.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds
Makes
like some
sense.
kind of health problem.
Boop, 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 boop.
Just be creative. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love.
exactly.
I love my pumpkins. I've got. I think I've got 10 or 11 different varieties put out again this year.
Nice.
Absolutely
Very
love it.
nice.
And I planted my tromboncinos really late, and they were up within 5 days, and they're now like that. They've shot
Nice.
out really quick.
That's something that I've never grown actually. I haven't done those ones. I
Oh, they're
like
brilliant.
I like more of the winter squash, so I
Yeah.
haven't tried the
Yeah. But I
This is
do
what
love them.
happens when you
They're
have a
really
baby
good.
on a line. Sorry
Typical.
guys.
Right, let's move on to your secret thing then, just in case baby needs sorting
Yes.
out.
Well, I mean, it's not really a secret,
No.
but I am designing, or I have designed, I'm building a border at RHS Hampton Court Palace Garden
Wow.
Festival next month. Oh my gosh, it's next month. It's the end of this month. It's in a few weeks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the build starts on the 26th of June. So, um, crikey, that was a moment of realization. um, but yeah, so it's a school border. So it's actually a brand new category because I initially applied to do a community allotment with a school that I volunteer at, a primary school.
Okay.
I volunteer in their gardening club, and the club is just for children at the school who have either they live with mental health issues or they are neurodiverse, and we just sort of give them time away from the sort of strict regime of the classroom, and they get to come out and help with little tasks around the school grounds once a week. So I approached them and said, oh, you know, I'd really love to do an allotment. Would you be interested? Because it's a community thing. So I can't do it as an individual anyway, but also B, I really think there's some plus points for doing it with the school. I think the children could really benefit from having such a project. And they were like, yeah, great, sounds brilliant. So we applied, and then I waited and waited and waited and just assumed I'd been unsuccessful. And then I got a call back from the RHS, and they said, actually, we've had quite a few schools apply this year for the allotments, and so we were wondering if you'd be interested in doing a border instead, and bringing it into the children's zone of the festival.
Oh.
So that's what we're doing. And so the garden itself is still very much at its heart an allotment, because I didn't want to have to go back and redesign the whole thing. So it's a mixture of fruit, veg, and cut flowers, but a few little extra fun bits in as well to make it a bit more of a border feel to it.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
So very exciting.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
So,
I'm very nervous, but very excited at the same time, and just hoping that everything comes together. I'm slightly terrified that all my plants look too small at the moment, but you know, what will be will be. If I
exactly.
have to dash to a garden centre, I have to dash to a garden centre. But we've been growing them all, a lot of them at school. I've been growing a lot here at home, and then it will all sort of come together with lots of other little bits that the children have been making as well. So wish me luck, please, guys.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So quickly go through the process of that. Well, after you got your phone call saying yes, can you do a border instead of a garden? What happens then?
Loads and loads and loads and loads of admin.
Oh,
Like seriously,
is
loads of
it?
admin. I feel like I get an email every other day with, oh, here's a few more forms to fill in. I am actually writing up a diary in the Garden Folk magazine. So the next issue is coming out on Friday, and I'll have the
Yeah.
sort of second instalment of my journey to the RHS gardens in there, and that's all about a bit of my admin journey, my stressing about are the plants going to be ready, my, you know, all of that sort of thing is going to be in there as well. But oh, thank you so much. But yeah, it's sorry, we're having iPad issues. Darling, I don't know how to do it. Can I help you in a little bit, please? Yeah, because I don't know what the problem is on that one. I'll be back. I'll help you in a minute, okay, my love? Well, she's trying to watch Danger Mouse and can't get the sound to work.
Danger Mouse. What a program! I love
Blast from
Danger
the
Mouse.
past.
Danger
I'll
Mouse
help
was
you in a few
amazing.
minutes, darling, okay? Yeah.
Try Inspector Gadget as well.
Oh, I loved Inspector Gadget. Go, Gadget arms! Go, Gadget, go! Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, that'd be great to read that, because we've seen and heard about lots of Gardener's World gardens. So
Yes.
many people we all know,
And they've
and
been
like Leanne's
brilliant.
done one,
I love
and they're
like
all
seeing them
and
as
they're
well.
all absolutely fantastic. But actually, if the process is different than an RHS one, it'd be really interesting to see the difference.
You know what? I don't actually know if it is that different. I'd like to say I do think it is quite admin
Yeah.
heavy, and little things like, I think, you know, I was probably a bit naive at one point, and you know, didn't think about things like the insurance and just assumed that the RHS would have insurance for the show, but we each need our individual ones. So it's been going around trying to find, you know, like a company that will insure the garden for like public liability and that sort of thing, which I'm not sure if Gardeners World have.
Oh.
And just little things like that.
Yeah, you would think that they would have just a
Global
blanket
You
policy.
insurance for everything, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
exactly. So that's what I thought as well. But I mean, it's fine. It'll be fine. I don't know if any of you know Jessie at plot 37, because she's doing an allotment garden there as well with the Richmond Allotment Gardens Association or something. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but so we've been going back and forth like, what are you doing about this and what are you doing about that and what did they say about this one? So
That must be really good to have someone
oh
to be able to
my
bounce
gosh,
things off.
it's because I bumped into her. Well, I didn't bump into her. She was helping to run a seed swap that I went to earlier in the year, and so just had a little chat about it then.
Yeah.
Excuse me, trying to have a little chatter here. I think he'd like to be his own little
I'm
guest.
sure he would.
He's got lots to say. He's got lots. Yeah, she's got an amazing YouTube channel. Yeah, I
Oh, well, I'll have to
love
have
her
a look.
YouTube. Yeah, she took on a plot with her. I think it was her parents' plot initially, but she did her allotmenting with her mum, and
Yeah.
just so down to earth and knowledgeable. And yeah, it's a really great channel.
Did you have to have a site visit? Because I know last year when I went with Kim, I went to the site and
Yeah,
had a big
no,
chat and everything.
I was thinking the same, but no, we haven't. Like, I know where my plot is going to be.
Right.
Um, sort of right at the back and at the end, and sort of tagged on to everything else, which feels a bit like. But I'm right next to the catering tent for
Perfect.
the activities, so I can get a cup of tea whenever I need one. But yeah, no, there's not been any mention so far of site visit, which does slightly concern me because I'd like to know, you know, am I backing onto a row of trees or am I in full site? Just little things like that. But
So will that
working.
be, if I remember rightly, will that be near where the kids do all the wheelbarrows?
Yes, so the bug barrels and things.
Barrels.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bug barrels. It will be in and amongst that area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, fantastic.
Well, there
which
probably will be
should
trees.
be fun, nice and colourful, and that's the hope anyway.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. And some of the children are coming along to Press Day, which they'll really enjoy. Apparently, the Wombles are going to be at Press Day.
Oh, another blast from the
Yeah,
past.
the Wombles will be there. So if anyone's coming along to Press Day, look out for the Wombles.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Have to come and say hello. Come and find me. Come and find me. I'll need a
Yeah,
hug,
of
I think.
course.
I'll need a hug and a bit of reassurance
I
that
told
I'm
you
not
that.
doing
Can you
something
remember I
totally,
said to you, oh, they didn't give me a press pass this year, and I was
Yes.
so annoyed because I just
Yeah.
found out you were doing it, and I wrote to them and said, "Oi, I don't care about Chelsea. Give me Hampton Court," and they did.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Oh, that's so good. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll look out
that's
for some friendly
fantastic.
faces then.
Yeah, we'll
For
come and see
sure.
you. Definitely
Oh,
will.
thanks.
Definitely will.
Thank you.
So who's on your team? Anybody we know apart from
So,
that woman
Leanne.
who's in there? Yeah.
Leanne. I've got Ali, Duck Patch Ali, coming
Oh,
along for
lovely.
the day. I've got quite a few of my friends who aren't on Instagram are coming along as well. I'm trying to think who you might know. I've got Jasmine, if you know Jasmine, just lovely little gardens.
Yeah, I think I know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I've got Nicola from Trowel and Error.
Oh, yeah.
Just yeah, lots of. I'm sure I've forgotten. If I've forgotten anyone, I apologise. Oh, Holly, gardening
Oh,
midwife, is
brilliant.
coming to help me as well, and yeah, I've been trying to do all the press passes and all the access passes and things. So I've just got this list of names,
Yeah, I
and
bet.
because you get your certain allocation per day, and so I'm just trying to work it all out. And
Yeah.
yeah, but
So,
yeah, I'm very excited about it, but the nerves are really starting to kick in.
Yeah.
really, for what part? What do you think you're going to be nervous about most?
I think I just want to make sure I've got enough plants. I'm
Really?
really starting to stress. I'm not going to have enough plants. I've got some lovely things that I've been gifted. Oh no! He just grabbed my.
Oh, no.
Just grabbed one of my plants. Oh my gosh! He's
Off with the
I don't
boot.
know. I don't know if I should show you, but I've got here. So it's an anthurium, warwickrianum, so like the queen anthurium, and she had a bit of fungus on her, so I'm just rehabbing her, and he just snapped off one of the really big leaves. But
Oh
that's my own
dear.
fault for leaving it alone. Um, what was the question? Sorry, I've forgotten the question.
Worried. What are you worried about?
Oh yeah, that my
Fine.
plants aren't going to be big enough. Oh yes, I was saying I've been gifted things, haven't I? So I've been very lucky to have like been given a tree, an apple tree, some GMs, and then some other bits like copper and green pots of things, some of their beautiful bee feeder, their little copper
Oh
bee
yeah,
feeder
they're
things,
beautiful, aren't they?
and just lots of I picked up a few bits when I went to Barbados Chelsea as well. And so I've got some bits bobs and yeah, I just really desperately want it to look good,
I'm
and
sure it'll be.
don't want to
It's
make a
going to be
fool of myself in
amazing.
the school, really. But you know, I'm sure it'll be
That's
fine.
not going to
Sorry, he's
happen,
grabbing all my
at
trays. See,
all.
look, because all my trays.
Oh.
I've been potting on and stuff. He's grabbing all my trays. But yes, we're going to go for a walk one day this week, aren't we? Because we're going to make a giant bug hotel,
Yeah.
and we need lots of things to fill it. We are doing lots of experiments with the kids at school. They're doing plenty experiments, so the classic, does a green bean grow better with light or dark?
Oh,
Can you
fantastic.
regrow your food from scraps? All sorts of little things. So we're going to be displaying their experiments as part of the border as well.
Yeah.
So that'll be quite nice for them to come and see that.
They're all excited about it, obviously. I bet you talk
Yeah,
about
I
it
think so.
loads.
I mean, in year four, no, not year four, in year three at our school, they go to Hampton Court Palace because we're fairly local. They're
Okay.
about half an hour away. So they go as a Tudor trip when we're learning about Henry VIII.
Well,
So they're all familiar with it from the trip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're quite excited to do
Oh,
that.
brilliant.
Oh,
Brilliant.
boo.
Hey,
Some
if you
little
need
one's
if
getting
you need to
tired.
go and sort Gabriel out, it's
I
fine.
might have
Honestly,
to, guys. I'm
that's
so
fine.
sorry.
I
Because I
no,
don't think
I don't.
everybody wants to listen. I'm
No,
kind of acclimatized to
I
it,
don't
so I
want
don't
him.
notice it as
I don't
much.
want him
But
getting upset. I can
yeah,
hear him starting to get upset. And you need to sort Danger Mouse out
I
as
need to
well,
go
anyway.
and fix the audio on Danger Mouse. I do.
Can
Yes.
you quickly do your lightning questions
Yeah.
just for a
Go on
couple
then.
of
Yeah, because you put.
minutes?
Yeah, go on then.
find them.
Got you on the hot mark.
Come on, come on.
So, first one, favourite band or artist?
Oh, Amy Winehouse. She's my girl. I love Amy
Oh,
Winehouse.
wow, yeah.
Good
Yeah.
choice.
Luckily,
Very
I'm
good.
so lucky. I went to see her twice when she was with
Very
us,
good.
and yeah, amazing.
Great choice. Next one, in the summer, are you a cup of tea in the morning sun or a cold beverage as the sun goes down?
Ooh, that's really difficult because can I pick both?
Yeah.
I need
All
the
of them.
tea to get me going, but I do like. I've recently got into. I'm just looking what's it called? Yeah, Corona Zero, and that's a bit nice of an evening, I have to say.
Yeah.
Let's go with the evening. Let's go with the evening. Cold beer in the evening. Yeah, let's do that.
Good.
Flowers or edibles?
Edibles.
Edibles every time.
Yeah, easy.
Beach or forest?
Forest. I get bored on the beach and I burn.
I'm
Irish
the same.
blood.
Exactly the same. What's your go-to emoji?
Oh, it's probably either the thumbs up or the love heart.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice and
boring ones,
Yeah.
those really, aren't they?
No, no,
Boring.
they're good ones. They're good.
I use the like crying eyes with laughter emoji, which apparently makes me really ancient. But use that one as well.
I use that all the time.
You are ancient.
Oh yeah.
Supposed to be friendly.
If you could have one snack for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Do you know what? Padron
Huh?
peppers.
I've got 5 padrons in the greenhouse
Have
this year.
you? Oh,
Yeah.
I just love them. Yeah, they remind me of holidays.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that beer in the evening,
Oh,
sat on the
perfect.
patio.
Yeah.
Yum.
Finish the sentence. My perfect day would be.
Perfect day would be waking up with a cup of tea. Bit of yoga in the morning.
Ooh.
I'd quite like a bit of that. Nice stretch. Go for a walk, really lovely long walk, either, having said forest, either to a beach, like I love West Wuthering Beach, somewhere like that, or to somewhere like Richmond Park. Really lovely lunch out, coffee with friends, loads of cuddles with my cat.
Wow.
Yeah, all of those sorts of
Finish
things.
off with a cold beer.
With a cold beer and some Padron peppers and a
Yeah.
bit of Amy Winehouse.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Today's favourite plant?
Today, I've got a Spiritus Sancti, and that's actually one of my favourites of all time. It's one of the ones behind me
Wow.
here.
Houseplant.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but they are.
It's quite a rare like philodendron, but yeah,
Okay.
I love it. I love it. It's a clone, but I'm very lucky to have it.
Who cares? As long as it looks nice. What's your favourite season?
Autumn.
Oh.
Autumn every time, because that's when the
Pumpkins
pumpkins are ready.
Yeah,
are
I'm in
ready.
autumn. I was born in October, and I really believe that there's a thing for you are the season that you were born. I think we're just drawn to the season we were born in. So I'm an autumn. Yeah.
Good choice. If you could make one thing disappear from your garden or the gardening world, what would it be?
I mean, it's so easy to say slugs, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Negativity. I think there's been a lot of negativity recently. Let's just get rid of
Yeah,
that.
good
There's
call.
no
Good
place for that.
call.
In the
No
bin.
Yeah,
place for that.
Positivity only.
Yeah,
good call.
absolutely. Good vibes.
What's your favourite weed?
Dandelion.
Oh,
Yeah, I
lovely.
love a dandelion.
Everyone loves
I think,
that.
does everyone say dandelion? Does everyone says dandelion, don't they?
Not
I
always.
quite like
No.
oxalis, actually. They have quite cute little flowers. I
I
could say
eat
that.
them.
I don't know. Yeah.
Garden visit or plant shopping trip?
Plant shopping. That's not a
Easy.
question. That's not a question. Not a question. Oh, boo boo.
What's your favourite gardening scent?
Jasmine.
Oh, lovely.
I love jasmine.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore jasmine.
And then the final one, what would you want your gardening legacy to be?
I would like my gardening legacy to just be, I guess that gardening is for everybody. You don't have to be perfect. Just give it a go, and if it makes you happy, then it makes you happy, and screw what
Yeah.
anyone else thinks.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Sounds good to me. Brilliant. Well, thank you, Kate.
Thank you so much for having me.
No,
And
no, thank
if
you.
anyone should
Brilliant.
like to donate, I do have a crowdfunder.
I was just about to mention
Yes,
that.
there's a link. There's a link on my page. Because we are such a small garden, we don't qualify for any of the big corporate funding. So we get a very, very teeny tiny grant from. We're talking a couple of £100 from the RHS, but alas, it takes more than that to build a garden. So
Yeah,
if anyone has any spare pennies,
exactly.
only if you can afford it, please don't push yourself. But yeah, it would be lovely. And everything's going back to the school after the show. So
Brilliant.
I
That's
shared
on
it on my
your
story early.
that's on your page. Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I didn't hear
fantastic.
either of those things, but yeah, whatever. Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
Say
I
thank
don't
you,
know.
and you've answered it.
Oh,
Brilliant. Thanks ever so much, Kate. Go and sort your
thanks,
kids out.
guys.
Cheers, Kate.
Yes, thank you for having me. Don't forget to read Garden Folk as well.
No, definitely
And
not. See you in a few
yeah,
weeks.
yes, see you
See you
soon.
later.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, Gabriel.
See
Bye,
ya.
it's bedtime now. Bye, bye.
No. First baby we've had on.
Yeah, first proper baby rather than fur baby.
Baby, yeah.
Exciting
All right.
times coming up.
RHS Garden. No, that's yeah, it sounds all this Leanne will know, but all the paperwork for these blooming gardens sounds a bit crazy, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of the people that I know that did Gardeners World Live said that the paperwork side of things is what put them off wanting to do another one, because that's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Because you've got to have health and safety nonsense and this
Yeah,
and
that
that.
would be I was talking to Kate about, not that Kate, the other Kate, who's at Gardens World. She's building now, and I didn't mention it because I wanted to let Kate get finished. But they have got to have insurance this year, and she has to do all the risk assessments and so much paperwork. It's just crazy.
I wonder why they're
Whether
making
it's
a
a
new
new thing,
insurance.
whether it's a new thing, is Leanne. If you're still in here, did you have to have insurance last year?
I mean, people don't even go on the gardens.
Lots of admin. No, you're not supposed to go on, nobody on them. So to stand and look round them, what is it? What if a tree falls on them or something?
If your garden falls over and smacks somebody in the head.
But surely that should be set by them. They should have a blanket insurance for the
Yeah.
whole site.
Yeah, it's just like they're passing the buck a bit, isn't it?
Yeah. Trying to get
Is it
their insurance down a bit.
Pip Probert that was on the podcast? She's doing the Green Fingers garden at Gardeners World Live.
Mm.
She's got a slide on her garden,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she's going to need a big one of insurance.
That must be a new thing this year then, because Kate definitely said she's had to get it for hers.
Okay. This Kate's is a
That's a
proper
big
show garden.
show garden, yeah. So I don't know whether that's different for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise Kate's was actually a full-on show
Yeah,
garden. I thought it was
it is, yeah.
a
No,
border.
it's massive, isn't it?
Because they've been on site since
Saturday.
like the end of the week, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they went Saturday, didn't they? Or maybe even Friday.
Yeah, lots to do.
Hell of a lot.
You're feeling a bit left out, considering this time last year it was like getting excited, getting ready to go, and
we're going up there in a few days' time. This time last year. Oh, maybe, yeah. Oh, they do have.
Yeah, and I guess the show gardens you can actually walk on, can't you? Because people like She Grows Veg, her garden you could walk through, couldn't you?
Only invited though. You can't just.
No, She Grows Veg is one you could go on, because I don't think hers was a proper show garden, was it?
Oh, I don't know.
What did they call it? Like a showpiece or something.
Showcase.
Through the middle of it, and you could wander through.
I don't know. I obviously didn't see that.
It wasn't last year. I think it was the year
before,
possibly. Because it was the year that I took George, and it was a disaster.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying about that. Yeah, that was the year Adam was there, wasn't it? In the same place Kim was last year.
Yeah. And she had her garden, and
Jenny
that was.
Just said you could walk around Sue Kent.
Yeah. And Frances Tophills, yeah, you could walk around hers as well.
Oh.
So yeah, maybe they just have to have insurances to cover them because they're.
But Kate's isn't going to be able to just walk around. Hers is invite only.
Okay.
Because
it's weird, isn't it?
most of them are invite only, isn't they? They have a little string or rope.
Yeah, on proper show days, it'll be like
because there's got water features everywhere and things like that on some of them. You can't let people just tramps all over them, can you? They'd be falling in all over the place.
well, you end up wrecking it, don't you? You don't want to wreck it on the first day, especially if you get weather like last year with all that.
Oh yeah, that was downpour, wasn't it? Absolute downpour.
Hopefully we don't get this year.
No, hopefully
Saturday,
not.
Specifically.
Yeah, I can't wait. Really can't wait.
I've done my tickets tonight, so I'm in.
Yes, I did have a good day at Chelsea. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Loved it. Really loved it.
Even with all general public.
Yeah, it's still good. But you said it was still busy, wasn't it, on press day?
It got busier as the day went on. When I got there early, there was literally nobody there. But by the end of the time when you get kicked out, it was busy.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed Chelsea.
Jenny said she saw people picking flowers from her garden last year.
Oh my God! How dare they?
It wasn't Ben's chickens, was it? Someone stole my
stone bugs. Yeah, so you just said you've done your ticket, so we've got to go on the thing and say which days we're going then.
Yeah, once you've had the email, you need to click on it and just buy your tickets.
Right, I see. I'll do mine now then.
Click the link and then click the days you want to go.
Yeah.
So you press day and Saturday.
Press day and Saturday. I just click all of them just in case. Guess I get bored. I'm coming back.
Going every day.
Yeah. Nice. Would if it was closer.
I know people that live in Birmingham. I'd be so tempted to just roll up. I mean, Adam Kirtland's obviously there doing talks and stuff, but he literally lives about 5 minutes away.
Yeah. Lucky. But next year, got Sandringham. Sandringham's 10 minutes down the road from me. RHS Sandringham.
See, that's not too bad for me either, because, I mean, yours is only an hour and a bit. So
30, really, isn't it? Yeah.
Which is closer than the NEC. Yeah. And then, is it this year that it's Wentworth?
Wentworth in Yorkshire, yeah.
Which is closer than Tatton for me. So that's really, really good.
So so that'll be Wentworth next year. Wentworth, Chelsea, and Sandringham. So you're close to two of them.
Or is it Wentworth this year? Or is it Tatton?
No, Wentworth is instead of Tatton, so that'll be for 2 years. I think they're doing it for 2 years.
Okay.
Sandringham's instead of Hampton.
Right. So Hampton this year, Sandringham next year.
Yeah.
Are they alternating it, or is it just?
I think I heard. Well, I don't take it for gospel, but I think they're doing them 2 years. 2 years on, 2 years off. I think maybe.
I should do an RHS one next year. Yeah, you've got to do another one, Leanne. I mean, you're a multiple award-winning garden designer. You've got to do another one.
Platinum.
You can't retire at the top.
Do you know what? I've just touched my blooming comments and they stopped. Yeah, that'd be good. That would be good, Leanne. Where are you based, Leanne? I can't remember where she is.
No, I can't.
I was just watching. Leanne's put a reel out. I just briefly watched it very quickly about her garden last year, and I had flashbacks about that bloody tree trying to get it back onto your husband's truck at the end of the show. Oh my God, it was so heavy, absolutely crazy. It was so heavy.
It was a very, very, very lovely tree, though,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was
It was
beautiful
really beautiful.
tree, but oh my good God, it was so heavy when we tried to roll that up there. We did it. We did it. Got it on the truck though,
I
rather
can't
than
believe
waiting
how
16
they
hours
did it all
before.
on their own as well. Those two, they did so much on their own.
Yeah. Well, I think her husband only done all the hard graft, and he said, "I sod that. I ain't doing the pretty stuff."
I've done all your brickwork and
Yeah.
paths and benches and everything else.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, I'm really looking forward to it. EC. I like it. I think it's
It's,
got
it's
something about it more than the RHS ones. I think,
it
especially the
just feels
Chelsea. Anyway.
more attainable, doesn't it?
Yes.
And it's the one that it was the first garden show I'd been to, and
Yeah.
then I've pretty
Same
much
with
been
me. Yeah.
every year for like the last 3-4 years.
Yeah. I think because yeah, all the Chelsea ones, they're all massive, or they've had lots of input, and lots of money spent on them, lots of money.
Yeah.
You know, not just £1,000 or something, but even the small ones down the other side, they've all had. I'd hate to know the kind of money that has to go into one.
The thing with Chelsea more than anything is it shocked me how much like temporary stuff they'd put in to make that suitable to hold that event there. Whereas the
Oh yeah,
NEC is literally set up.
yeah,
All they do is dig up some grass.
yeah.
Whereas at Chelsea, they'd put like tarmac down to
I put tarmac
have the
down, all
ramps in,
those metal roads with the ramps. So you got tarmac. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
and
know
all the
it's all right.
toilets and everything that you saw at that show was not usually there.
Yeah,
And it's in the middle of London.
yeah.
Like it is amazing. But I do wonder why they haven't done it at Kew instead or something, where there's like space and all the infrastructure that's already
Is
in
it
there.
big enough? Do you think?
Kew's huge.
I've never been.
I mean, Kew's absolutely ginormous compared to how compact that Chelsea site is.
Kew Gardens isn't an RHS site, is it?
No, I think it's classed as its own
Yeah,
sort of entity,
yeah,
but it makes so much more sense to have it somewhere. I mean, even like the XL Centre.
yeah.
I don't know whether they have the outside space, but it's just like it's not a show space. It's just,
Mm.
it's the private hospital
I
ground.
think it's probably because it's been
It's
going
tradition.
for
Yeah, it's
100 and,
tradition.
100 and whatever many years, so that's
Yeah.
it. That's fixed.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's why they charge. I don't. Shall I say how much I paid per ticket? £137 each. That's why they charge that, and they have. I think I heard some numbers of 140,000 people over the week, all paying
And they
of
still
an
probably
average of
don't make a
100
lot of
quid.
money. I bet they still don't make a lot.
I think that's the actual pavilions. That's a temporary thing as well. That doesn't stay there all the time.
No, that's built for the show.
Yeah,
And I do. Yeah, where do they store these things? Because they don't move that to like Hampton Court.
God knows. It's obviously rented, isn't it?
Yeah, Leanne said the Chelsea Pensioners Garden was really nice, and the fact that they're moving it to their
Yes,
ground.
just behind. They're moving it into the actual grounds of the hospital. Yeah, it's lovely. Really nice. I'll tell you which garden I really did like was Manage. Manage is one. The HIV one.
Yeah, with the red.
Yeah, I like that. It was really
Outlet.
nice.
Was that the one that had the like bee hexagon type things as well?
It had
Like
big
a
wooden.
water feature on the back. Or am I making that up?
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
Getting too confused together.
Yeah, they soon start to drift and then merge, don't they? Which one's which?
Yeah, which one was which? Been a few weeks as well.
Yeah. I like Chelsea. I do love it.
Yes,
But
it did have lots of hexagons. I am right. Yes.
oh, you're right. Good. Yeah. I do enjoy Chelsea, but it's just oof. The amount of money it costs and the amount of money for a Pimm's and lemonade, which Teresa wanted. You're dragging me to this garden. I need to have a glass of
You
Pimm's.
invited me a Pimm's.
Yeah. Great.
I mean, even
Crazy.
at Gardeners World Live, though, Pimm's and that are ridiculously expensive.
Not £16 a glass.
No, probably not £16.
And it's not even a part, it's just one of those plastic glasses.
Yeah.
3/4 of it's ice, 2 strawberries, and then the rest is a bit of Pimm's and lemonade.
It's about probably about 50p's worth of Pimm's.
Yeah, not even that. And we walked past the Newt's wine tent and went, "Come on, let's go in here and have a glass of wine." It was a free taster.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Me and Kim were walking our way around on having free tasters. We had whiskey and Middleton's had pink fizz. It's like, why not? We're not driving.
Too right. Definitely.
So I had a whiskey with somebody that I like listening to the podcast of, who I've never met before. His podcast partner is a former guest of our podcast.
Laura?
No.
No.
He's a head gardener.
Daniel?
No. Soul Walker.
Oh, wow.
So Lucy and Soul were there before me and Kim.
Yeah.
Having a whiskey, and he recommended which one I tried.
Brilliant.
It's the first time I've met him.
Yeah.
He's got a very good beard.
Yeah. I saw him on I saw him on something the other day and thought, wow, that's a beard and a half.
He's big as well, he's huge.
He's a big man, yeah.
Really tall bloke. It's a shame he doesn't do Instagram, because we'd have him on.
Yeah, he doesn't do it at all, does he?
No. And he did do Twitter, but he's left Twitter now. LinkedIn or something, whatever that is.
LinkedIn's a business thing.
Well, they're trying to make it a bit more sort of community based now. But,
are they?
Yeah. I don't really understand it, so I've no idea what I'm doing with it. A bit like TikTok and Twitter and all the rest of it.
I've got on TikTok a little bit the last few weeks. And I don't understand TikTok. They just sit and do lives and look at the screen, and people are going sending them taps and heart me's, and I just don't get it.
Maybe we're too old for it now.
Well, that Garden with Ben.
Garden with Ben. Is he the one that's got a podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was chatting to him a bit, and he just goes on in the morning and just sits there, and people going into his live, and he just answers a few questions, and I just don't understand people just going there and do nothing. I don't get it. If I'm doing a live, I'm not just going to sit there. I'm going to be doing something. You know what I mean? It's
almost
really
like
weird.
Brother or something. They're just sat watching.
Kaya, who was in a minute ago. Is Kaya still here?
Not sure, but she was in earlier.
So she's one of them who I found when I went to TikTok. She's popped up straight away. And she's in the Ben group, and there's they're all lovely, really, really nice people. But I just don't get the whole live thing of sitting there and the likes. I think you get money for likes and presents and things. That's why so many people do it.
Right. I think TikTok is a lot more sort of monetized than what Instagram
is.
The same as like YouTube and all that sort of thing, isn't it? It's all sort of heavily monetized.
Yeah.
But you've got to know what you're doing to figure stuff out.
I just God knows. No, it's too much for me. I'd rather come on something I know it. I know how to do Instagram now. Yeah. After 4 years, 5 years, 4 years, however long it is.
He says, read the comments.
I can just get by. Yeah, but that ain't my fault.
Jenny says, I'm still trying to understand Instagram.
That ain't my fault, that a comment. Unless there's something I can press, and I don't bloody know.
Oh, Leanne said, "We'll tell you a little story about Fizz at Chelsea, but not on here." Ooh, that sounds juicy.
Fizz from Coronation Street.
No, I think she means alcohol.
Oh. Well, that's the thing about going on press day as well. All the celebrities and things, isn't it?
I didn't know who half of them were anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I saw more celebrities on everybody else's stories and pictures after I got home. I was like, oh, they were there. I didn't see them. I was too busy looking at the show garden.
That's the thing. That's what I would want to do.
It's hard enough trying to find people that you want to see, let alone celebrities. Like trying to find Chris was hard enough work.
And you got a mobile phone anymore? Must have a signal in the middle of London.
Sometimes it's a bit patchy at these shows.
It is because there's so many people on that transmitter, isn't it? Yeah.
My phone's always on silent anyway. Evening, Angie. See, I'm the same, Angie. Moira Stewart and Joe Wiley and Scott Mills. That's about as far as my celebrity spotting went.
Yeah, I saw some. I was getting quite annoyed with some of the things I saw on there. You know, people were just putting loads and loads of celebrities on there, and I'm thinking, you know, they didn't let me go, and I would have done reels and things of gardens, not just bloody celebrities. Really teased me off.
So Deb says, never been to a garden show, so which one would you recommend as a first timer?
Gardeners World Live.
Gardeners World Live.
Yeah, get there in, what is it, week and a half? Opens a week Thursday. Yeah. That's definitely the one. Because you got the good food show as well.
Yeah.
That's really
it's
good.
A good day out, and it's so easy to get to. Like, it's just a breeze to get to. And the car parking's fine.
Yeah.
You know, from where we are, it's an hour and 45 minutes from mine.
Yeah, it's not a lot different from mine, to be honest.
Never busy either. Like, I don't think I've ever driven to it. On whatever day I've been, the roads are just fine.
Yeah.
You expect it to be horrendous, but it's always just been, you know, hour 45, morning and evening.
Yeah, it's good.
Really,
and it's not over crammed like Chelsea is.
No, I mean you can see all the gardens that you want to. You're not shuffling through the site because it's so big, and you've also got the good food show. It's just there's people about, but it's not chaos.
No, far from it.
So yeah, I'd definitely go with that for your first time, because that was my first one. So
yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. Looking forward to it.
Soon be it. I can't believe it. I can't believe they're building the garden.
We'll be there a week tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah. Crazy. I can't believe it's a year ago since building Ben's and you building Kim's. Like gone so quickly.
Flown by. Absolutely flown by. You're not in the Media Guild, are you? No. There's a thing on Wednesday afternoon to meet. Oh God, how rubbish is that? Who's the Gardeners World gardener building the garden there this year? What is his name?
Nick Bailey.
Nick Bailey. There's a meet Nick Bailey's. If you're a gardener, oh my God, spit it out, man! If you're a member of the Garden Media Guild, there's a meet Nick Bailey thing on Wednesday afternoon.
Live?
No, well, he's there. He'll just sit down. I guess sit down and ask him questions and things. I'll see if I can squeeze you in.
I can't go. My boss is already ditching us for it. Hey, I could get you in as a guest, Debs.
Yeah.
We'll both bunk off. You won't be home for the school run, though, unfortunately.
No, that's the thing. Yeah. Could get her in on Wednesday, couldn't we?
Yeah, I've got a guest pass, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she usually goes at 3 to go on the
That's a
school
shame.
run.
It's a shame.
Although to be fair, she nearly didn't go and pick her kids up today because she was having far too much fun planting sunflowers in the meadows, which we thought was a crazy idea
Oh, wow.
today. So we've planted massive yellow sunflowers in amongst the meadows to see what that looks like. As long as they don't get eaten.
How big are
Thoroughly about
they? What are the meadows at the moment? Are they long grass?
that.
Oh,
They're
so
quite
that's
open. They're not. Yeah, the main meadow at work is really open. It's not grassy at all.
all
I still made it in time with 1 minute to spare.
right. Wow.
How many cars did you barge out the way on the way, though, Dad?
Try and get somebody to pick the kids up on next Wednesday, Deb. Come and spend the afternoon with us.
These are my sunflowers.
I've got some whopper sunflowers ready to go out. Absolute whoppers. Loads.
I only
And
sowed
lots of cosmos, lots of different cosmos and loads of stuff.
Is that a new for you, doing cosmos and flowers? You're usually veg man.
No.
Right?
I've had cosmos and just in the garden. Oh, I did have a big bunch in the allotment last year. I'll probably have a nice bunch out there again.
Oh, you do like doing your bouquets and stuff, don't you, to bring into the house?
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah.
How are your dahlias?
Yeah, they're all ready to go in now.
Where mine have gone.
Nice and big. Kim gave me some while we were away a couple of weekends ago, and they've doubled in size, so that's good.
Where's my dahlias, Kim? Joe sent me some dahlias. Why is Dahlia? No, she's not called Dahlia.
No.
Farmer Gardening with Kim. Where's me dahlias?
I did swap her some tomatoes, and she had a Malabar spinach. She had some beans. We did some swaps. Yeah, I would say they're about the same size as the ones Kim gave me, but mine are triple that.
But check me out. I've got a dahlia,
You have.
and it's not being eaten by a slug.
That'd be the first one you've ever grown.
I've got 4 like that.
You should snap them off and
Root them. I can't do that. I've never had a dahlia that good. I'm not snapping it. But that has been sat outside the polytunnel on the gravel, and it's not been touched at all. Whereas last year, that had been gone by the morning. So it just shows how different this year is.
Oh yeah, definitely. That what was it? 8 or 9 week spell of no rain. Just didn't let any slugs eggs.
And I think the winter killed loads off as well, because we actually had a proper winter as
We
well,
had
didn't
we had some decent frosts.
Yeah, much happier this year, which is good. We've got roots coming out of the bottom.
Look at that.
Need potting on.
Are you going to dare to put it out in the garden? Or is it going to be in its own pot on a pedestal about 6 foot high,
I should
covered
maybe
in copper tape with shell on earth around the bottom, net over the top.
with some lava light.
I will get a dahlia flower.
There are slugs down at the ornamental part of the garden, because I've got a hosta that's getting attacked. But again, not like last year. Last year they were just non-existent.
Yeah.
So there's slugs, but they're not. It's not like a bloody plague of the damn things like
No.
it was last year.
No.
My ocker, I haven't actually got any at home because I took them all to work.
What are we talking about?
Ocker, you know, the little.
Yeah, I know exactly that. Mm-hmm. I've got mine. Mine's shooted. Stop.
Yeah, I've got. I did some early at work, and then I found at home a massive tray full that I'd got ready to grow, and then forgot about, and the things were like spaghetti.
All right.
But I potted them on the Friday before we went away, and they're just starting to come through now.
See, I put mine in. Sam gave me mine.
Yeah, mine were originally from Sam.
Yeah, and I put them in when we came back from. So that would have been before Christmas. He gave me when we went away, and I just dug a trench and put them in. And I was weeding today, and I went, "What are them funny little shoots?" And I know I've never seen them before, and I looked at them and I thought, my ocker's under there, and I looked, and they're all popping up in the 8 different places I put them. So I thought, wow, brilliant!
Wow,
they're actually.
I've never known that them be put in autumn before. I usually put them in spring.
Yeah.
So it just shows that if you put them in and get them deep enough, they'll.
It's no different than a potato. If you leave a potato in, 9 times out of 10, that will shoot, won't it? Yeah. Same as
I've got
most tubers, I guess.
Yeah, I've got a pot full of last year that I didn't harvest, and they're regrowing again.
Yeah, I've got blooming Jerusalem artichokes coming out of my ear rolls again. Thousands. I got hundreds of them, thousands of them. And that's all Angie's fault. I got them off her. My first year, I think it was, first year on here, I bought some off her. She was selling some. She got a little shop, and I bought some tubers off her, and they're just overrunning the place now.
I wonder how many people Angie's done that to. How many I paid
her to get millions of bloody artichokes.
You now need to set up your own shop to get
rid of them. Yeah, I should do. TikTok shop. They keep saying, do you want to sell things on TikTok? I should sell Jerusalem artichokes. The dogs love them, though. They stink.
Well, it smells when the dog eats them, that's for sure.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Jenny said, I dropped one and knocked the shoots off. I popped them in some compost and they've rooted too. I'm growing them really to see how well they grow. No, the ocker. Because I said Jenny some ocker.
All right.
So again, I think Sam, Happy Place Gardener, has done the same for everybody with it, but with ocker. Because the amount of people I know that have had ocker from Sam, like most of Instagram.
I don't know whether did she not eat them then. She just
I think she
up and sell them or give them away.
I think she's just really good at growing them, and all you need is like one little one. So if you get plenty of them,
she bought a massive bag when we went away that time before Christmas. She bought a bag, and everybody who was there was just digging into them. I just bought 8 home and planted 8, and they've all started to sprout.
Sharing is caring.
Definitely. I'm going to do that with Jerusalem artichokes.
Nobody wants your Jerusalem artichoke.
But the flowers are amazing. I'm going to have, honestly, at the end of one of my beds, there's going to be 400 sunflowers.
You almost need to grow them as a... Maybe you need to send me like a bag full and I'll plant them in a meadow and just let them go.
Yeah. They would, you can do. I think,
meadow.
Because they're sunflowers. They look amazing when they're up there. And they're really high. They're 8 footers.
They're big, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are huge. And they're
we'll do that.
They're basically like a perennial sunflower, basically, aren't they?
Yeah.
What did Lulu say?
We'll do that. I'll send you some.
Could be grown in a pot. Yeah, I usually grow mine in a pot. But you will get more the bigger the pot because they tend to like root from where the stem lies on the soil. So if you put like a tuber in a bed wherever they run to, they're going to put on more and more tubers, whereas in a pot they get restricted.
Yeah.
You will still get tubers, but not as many as if it was in a bed.
Mm.
So you'll be in Sam's situation probably in autumn, and you'll be trying to give them away.
We'll do the Jerusalem artichoke. Think of a bit of a bed somewhere at work, and we'll do that experiment.
I can think of several places because
That'd be good.
there was. So there's the main meadow at work where we planted the annual sunflowers today, but there's also on the mound there's 2 bands of meadow there that I said if we put the seedlings that we had in there, they're probably going to get drowned out because that meadow is a bit more thuggish.
Right.
But you could easily put Jerusalem artichoke in there.
They'll grow through anything.
Yeah.
They will grow through anything.
And I think that'd be quite cool.
Just
have big sunflowers that come back every year.
Loads of them. And it's not just one on the one stalk either. They just pop out everywhere.
Bush, isn't it? Sunflower bush.
But they're beautiful. Right, Mark, I'm going to have my tea.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Which I've cooked and didn't leave myself time. Yeah, gutted. Never mind. Right, lots of thanks to Kate. Thank you very much. Very good to
struggling through.
Hear all about the Hampton Court. Can't wait to see that. It's going to be good.
When's that? So it's
that's early July, isn't it?
So it's July that it's actually open if she's going on the end of June.
Yeah, it's early July.
All the shows will start flying by.
I know.
Then summer disappears.
I know. I haven't said it this week and I'm not going to.
Yeah, don't say it. You've been banned.
I do.
Otherwise,
right, okay.
Coming back.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone, for watching.
And we'll see you soon.
See you next
Mark.
week. Bye, everyone.
Ta-da, mate.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Through the Garden Gate.